the main reason we're here today for the event. Mr. Bimbo, good morning.
Good morning.
Well done on a fantastic event.
Thank you.
What do you think about the turnout so far?
I think it's good. Good turnout. We're expecting more people. But more importantly, we're looking at a kind of turnout that benefits the diaspora and also benefits the economy and benefits Nigeria. So that's the focus. We're looking at genuine people who want to invest in Nigeria and who want to take some of the expertise back to our country.
Fantastic. So this is the second NDDIS.
Yep.
Tell us why you created this event.
I created this event because I realized that there was a gap between the Nigeria and Nigerians in diaspora. A lot of Nigerians in diaspora want to invest in their country. They don't know how to go about it. So I took it upon myself to go to Nigeria, invite agencies, states and government ministries to come and pitch to the Nigerian diaspora. So it's a two-way thing. It's creating a bridge, a link that would enable Nigerians who live in the UK to be able to easily do business with Nigeria, because now there's no linkage whatsoever. Everybody goes on their own, and there's a lot of problem that they confront on their way because of the fact that they come from different. If you lived in the UK for 5, 6, 10, 20, 30, 40 years, the culture has changed and you're struggling to relate business-wise with Nigeria.
So for people who have proposals and they've got ideas, but they're afraid to go to Nigeria because obviously we all know the challenges of doing business in Nigeria, what would you say to them?
I'll say to them that Nigeria is a fantastic place to invest. Nigeria is it's been rated as the country with the highest yield on investment in the world. So not just in Africa, in the world, Nigeria is that place where you put in £10,000 and you are making 35%. And that's £3,500. You can't get that anywhere. If other people are going to our country to invest, why can't we? Our parents were born in Nigeria. Many of us were actually born in Nigeria too. We schooled in Nigeria. We should be able to take our expertise and face the challenges. I don't believe challenges are supposed to be subdued anyway.
How can we encourage more young Africans, not just Nigerians, to get more involved in business and in events like that? I mean, if you take a look around the room, you and I both know it's more sort of the older generation, isn't it? Which is a shame, really. So how can we get youths more involved? That business is good.
You have to use the tools that attracts them. You have to use entertainment, you have to use social media, you have to invite them to come in. The youth pretty much have the future of tomorrow. Half of the population in Nigeria is 50% is under 25. That shows that the youth is the way to go. And these guys you have to let them, like I said, use social media to reach them and ask them for ideas in building a better country, building a better, continent from the ideas that they have. I had the opportunity to meet one of the co-owners of Future Awards in Nigeria, Chude. This is a man under 30 years old. He's been named as one of the top 30 entrepreneurs by Forbes in Africa. He was one of the people that started the Occupy Nigeria movement. So things that are great can come from the youth. But when we have organizations and events like this, there has to be a task to reach out to the young people and say, listen, your ideas are welcome. Come and speak to us, come and listen to us, and let's see how we can bring the best out of you guys.
What is it like running a TV channel in the UK?
Yeah.
It's a labor of love.
Oh.
If I was woken up, if I was born again like tomorrow and somebody said do it, I wouldn't do it. You know why? Every TV channel in the UK spends a lot of money trying to create good programs for their audience. The audience don't even know it. I don't think, and Rodney's here, he can prove me wrong or right, I don't think there's any ethnic channel making the money in the UK. So most people think, yeah, we're CEOs, it's a big name, but to be honest with you, you have to finance these things just to be out there. Now, the good thing about UK ethnic channels, we don't compete. We want to give you the best. We work together, and that's what you're seeing. So
it's a healthy competition. For those who don't know, he's the boss of OHTV and he's the boss of Vox Africa. Yeah. So this is Africa working together.
It really is. We work together. We may have misunderstandings, but we resolve them.
We haven't got any. We don't have any misunderstanding. Akin's just basically pulling your leg.
Okay.
But
so
a lot of what Akin said is true. You know, it's I would say that, you know, it's a new industry. It's a new niche in the industry, that what we're doing, and you know, Akin and some other stations are pioneers. We're a little bit newer into the industry, but what we're trying to do is provide good quality entertainment specifically for the African diaspora community, and also to show the mainstream community that we have our own voice and our identity. But what they have to also understand, that it's a two-way street, that we need the businesses and the audience to basically support us, yeah, in order for us to be able to continue to do the great work that we've been doing. And also to give us a bit more power, so that we can also change how the whole industry works in the mainstream level.
I was at the Africa Rising conference in Liverpool earlier this week, and we were talking about what needs to happen, and part of it is political will. The politicians and governors need to make available the money and the guarantees to make the major infrastructure projects happen. We were talking about financing a refinery. If you can't finance a refinery on 3-year money, you need to be looking at 10-year money. You need to make that money available. If you're looking at major infrastructure, that is the way to go. I have an alternative view that for many people in Nigeria, it is about having income today, and therefore small businesses, the small and medium-sized sector specifically, is the area that is going to create the most jobs, and it's going to create the most change in the political and economic structure of the company. So ordinary diasporans can look at what they can do to stimulate small businesses amongst their community, amongst their family, to be able to make a difference by employing 1 person, 5 people, 10 people. There's a current need for over 4.5 million new businesses in Nigeria, in the small and medium-sized sector. That's what I think is going to make a difference in Nigeria.
What are you doing to involve citizens of Niger State or Nigeria in general in the affairs of the state, and what can they look forward to when they come back home?
Well, as a DG Diaspora, our responsibility is to harness the potentials of Nigerians in diaspora, considering the huge human resources we have in different facets of life abroad. That is the essence of our position, just to harness that potential to be able to enhance our national development by creating sustainable engagement for this wonderful people, these eminent Nigerians who are over here with huge experience they have acquired in these communities, in these societies, so that we create a kind of collaboration between them, between Nigerians in diaspora and Niger State government and Nigerian government at large, so that we use that potentials to harness our national development. Basically, that is why we are here.
Hello, Mr. Adesope Olajide. This is the owner and founder of the biggest black television station in London. Welcome to the NDDIS. You've always supported diaspora contributions to Nigeria. How important are events like this in encouraging investment in Nigeria, do you think?
Well, thank you very much. I think it's very, very important in the sense that you're coming across people who are sharing their experience, and especially when you listen to what Clive Carpenter has said and tell the delegate. Nigeria definitely is the #1 economy now on the African continent, so there's no doubt about it. With the hope that Nigeria is planning the 2020, it means by 2020 we hope that Nigeria can definitely be among the top 20 in the world. But apart from that, in spite of all the challenges every country goes through, Nigeria have the abundance in number in terms of capacity. We're talking about the population here, almost 160 million. And then of course when you look out of that 160 million, when you take the calculation of how many people are using mobile phone in Nigeria, again, Nigeria is #1. So technically you have at least maybe 15 million people who are using and buying things on a daily basis. So there's no doubt definitely that Nigeria is the destination of choice for people who want to invest, and especially again for Nigerians who have always been thinking of going back home.
I'm Ayodele. This is Ija Shop. Ija Shop. IJE Shop. Ija Shop.
So what is Ija Shop about?
We bring ethnic foods to your home. Exciting, quality, tasty ethnic food ingredients to your home. And that ranges from dried foods to oxtail, fresh meats, fresh fish, anything you fancy, even snails, yes, snails, prawns, anything you can think of. Pure palm oil, just African goodness to your door.
So when did you launch the business?
About 6 months ago, precisely.
And you can literally order anything, even fresh meat, fresh fish, shaki.
Absolutely, yeah? Absolutely. Anything you want comes to your door in a couple of days. You order today, it can arrive the day after tomorrow.
Our job is to really, shall I say, sort the wheat from the chaff, to find, the true position, and to network, to introduce our members to different people. So I think it's a matter of homework. There are so many opportunities. Many sectors are now growing rapidly. Mining, agriculture, insurance.
So it's not just oil, because that's what a lot of people tend to...
People always think of oil, but actually most of the growth now, and we've got GDP annual growth of over 7%, most of that is now coming from other sectors, including retail. The retail sector, which is being pushed along by a growing middle class that have money in their pockets. Retail is doing very well. Telecoms, of course, construction, mining, agriculture, training and development, another good area. Nigerians are always willing to spend money on improving themselves.
We want to help Nigerians who live in the UK. As a Nigerian who has lived here for several years, I know some of the headaches that we have trying to connect back to Nigeria. And I am a victim of, I've tried several times to go back to Nigeria to set up businesses, and I've always ended up getting it wrong. The reason is very simple. We've lived in this country for 20, 30, 40 years. The culture has changed. We're used to different ways of doing things. And going back to Nigeria is not really the way things are done in Nigeria. Also, we need to adjust in order for us to be able to do it.